Thank you so much with us to have this wonderful discussion and be a part of our conversation. If you're joining us on any of our social media platforms, Facebook or YouTube, please do not forget to download the Baby Chakra app. You can also follow us on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Instagram. And don't forget that when you download the Baby Chakra app, you basically discover care for your family. You can interact with doctors, you can interact with experts, and of course, you can interact with like minded parents. Not to forget, you can also purchase baby safe, natural products for your little ones. Now, today is a special day. A lot of you may already know that on Sunday we are all celebrating Global Parents Day. A very important day for all of us parents here because at the end of the day, we are raising the future and it's a day to celebrate us, which is fantastic. And today we have a really special guest who's going to share her own parenting journey with us. And she's going to answer a bunch of your questions, which over the past week you've sent quite a few. A lot of them about parenting young kids, parenting teenagers, parenting after COVID, and also what is the exact or the correct or the perfect parenting style one needs to adopt. So we're going to talk about all of that and a plethora of much more important topics. So let me begin by introducing first the topic, which is partners in parenting working together as a team. And to talk to us a little bit about that, we have somebody who you have probably seen on the big screen, you have probably seen on the small screen. I know that a lot of you are already fans of her. She's a popular actor. She's been part of the Sundance Film Festival. She was also recently nominated, excuse me, as the best actor at Madrid Film Festival. And she joins us today as a mum of two. Please welcome Kasturi Banerjee, the actor, and who we very fondly call Mama Donna.
Mama
Hi,
Donna,
Kasturi.
that's me. Hello there. Good morning.
Hi. Good morning. It's so nice to see you, and you look lovely.
Oh, thank you. It's the makeup, Deepshikha.
It's so wonderful to see you, and you're in a very beautiful, colorful room. Tell us a bit about this room.
I chose to be sitting in this room because it's the kids' room. And because they're in school, so this is the most peaceful corner in the house right now.
Nice.
Yeah, so
So
they keep
cool.
stacking their stuff like that. So it's really bad.
It's so cool. It's so cool to actually have you here. I was just explaining in the introduction that a lot of people have seen you on the big screen on, during the 90s. There were so many shows. You were part of those shows. And today we get to speak to you, get to know you a little bit better as a parent. So that's an intimate, candid conversation we're about to have with you. For all of you who have just joined us, please don't forget to download the Baby Chakra app, as I mentioned. But before we move on to anything else, Kasturi, why don't you tell us a little bit about your life? And, now that you're Mama Donna, mom of two boys, tell us a little bit how your life has changed after becoming a
Correct you
parent.
there. I'm mom of 3 boys. I have 2 human babies and 1.
Oh,
Yes.
yes, absolutely.
But well, I've always wanted to be an actor, but being from a very conservative Bengali background, it was not approved of. So I had to finish my grads, had to go do my PG. Then God had all other plans, like it's always like whatever He decides. So we were in Ahmedabad when the earthquake happened and we moved to Bombay. And that's how I thought, let me give it a try. And it went all right within 2 months. But my dad again thought that, oh my God, we can't let her do this. Within 2 years, I was sent off to a faraway land, far away from the Bollywood. So, but then even in UK, I was doing Asian television, British Asian television. So did that for many years. And then we came back in 2015. And the journey has been good. But every time I start, I also have to stop. So it's always been like I can only do selected job. And that's because of obviously kids. But I think I have to already add a point here that when I say that I choose not to work, I would not like to call it compromise. That a lot of parents, a lot of my friends also say that, why are you compromising? Compromise is too hard a word to burden your child with. No, it's my decision, my choice. I know if I am doing something fine, I would be able to do it even after a couple of years. So I'm just waiting. That's all.
Absolutely. That is wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing your life. Quite an interesting journey, I would say, you've had, and also traveled across the world, which is great, which
Yeah.
must have opened you to a lot of different experiences.
22 house shifting, 22 in my entire life. Because with my father also, he had a transfer job. Even with Shavik, it's like we are moving. I like it like this.
Wow, interesting. 22 house moves. That's actually quite a lot. So, so tell me, Kasturi, a little bit about your, you decided to become a mom, and then now you have three sons, two of your own sons, and one is your cute little fur baby.
Yeah, he is big. He's big. He's a GSD. So, if you ask me that when did I plan to become a mama, I think since the time I was born, I always wanted to be a mama. So I think I love my name. When you, my elder one, came up with this name, Mama Donna, I was like, hello, how many mamas do you have? It's just me. So I'm Mama Donna. I'm just Mama. He's like, no, Mama Donna. So I think I like being Mama Donna. I've always liked. I mean, since I was a child, I wanted many kids. Like, I did not really probably understand the whole thing, but I wanted a kid, a chick, a calf, anything would do. But I need to be the mother of many. So that was my idea. Well, but then God again had some other plans, so I had to wait my time, and then finally you came in. It has been fantastic. I have had the most amazing pregnancy, and you know what? I have to add that I'm not just saying for the heck of it, because generally you would see that most people have nausea and they have issues and hormonal changes and all. But by God's grace, I did not have any of those. Also because I was so looking forward to the whole journey that I enjoyed every single day. And also because we were living in London at that point of time, like my parents and my in-laws, they were very worried. They wanted to come over because it was the first child. But I was so prepared. I was so well prepared. I did not let anyone come. I did everything myself. Even after C-section on Thursday, Saturday we were sent back home, and I was good. I mean, also hats off to prenatal classes that we have there. I think that is something India should come up with. Yeah, you guys should come up with prenatal classes. I don't know. Do they have it? Yeah.
Yeah, they do. There are prenatal classes, but I think it's not as popularized. However, we do have a lot of these discussions on Baby Chakra app. So definitely visit the app and see these discussions happening with the doctors. So we do have those discussions also on the app, which is a very important point. I think it's totally valid. So when you had your first baby, you shifted back to India, right?
No,
or after?
No.
Okay.
I had a good few years there because you learned a lot of things. He used to help me with everything. He was barely walking 1 year, and then he is trying to dry clothes, trying to do dusting, because whatever I'm doing, he's doing. And also from a very early age, I introduced that you choose, like, because he started walking early also. I was like, even if I'm going for shopping, you tell me, which one do you think? So I think that has given him a lot of confidence. And also, if he's going wrong later when he doesn't like a thing, then he knows how to own up to it. So we came much later. When Zian, I think I lost you, Deepshikha, there.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Tell me again.
Yeah. All right. No, I think that's a very valid point, and such a great mindset also to be open to letting your kids make the right choices for them.
Yeah.
So
Wait, no, sorry. I'm again going to, it's not right choice. Just make a choice, right or wrong. And also, it's okay. You learn in the process. The child learns, the mother learns. I mean, the father also. I mean, everybody learns in the process. Yeah.
Which brings me to a very important section of ours, talking about equal parenting. I remember talking about this in our previous conversation also, and I was talking about how it's such an important concept and very close to our heart at Baby Chakra and even at Good Lamb Group, right? This is something that we believe in. So talk to us a little bit about equal parenting. I mean, what does it mean to you, and how has your husband sort of been so involved in taking care of your kids?
First, let me give you a general view, because I think it is very important for parents to play their role. Now, who defines the role is it's about your convenience and what is your understanding with your partner. What all can you do? And also, I'll come to another bit later, because I think it's not only about this partnership. Is, of course, parenting partnership should be ideally with the mother and father. But in India, thankfully, we have such a warm society. I think when we came here, we were embraced by everyone, from my bhaji wali to my medicine delivery wala to my driver, my maid. Everybody was like, Didi, aap ye le lo. I was like, oh my God, I was overwhelmed. I was literally taken care of, like, everywhere. And it's literally, like I had mentioned to you before, it takes a village to raise a child. But if you
Yes.
do not have the option, then you play different characters. The whole idea of having different people involved, I think, because they bring in different aspects and contribute in different ways in bringing up a child. And that's why I think the nuclear family is very important, that you give, so much. It's so important that you give more time to kids, because they're not
Yeah.
getting to interact with so many people, or your cousins, or grandparents. um, Shavik, now that you asked me this, the thing is, he's been always busy and mostly traveling, but he's been extremely supportive. So that way, we have had equal parenting, because um, he never doubted. Like, a lot of times I see in a lot of my friends' houses that there's a debate, there's a saying that, okay, no, this is right, this is wrong, no, we are going to do this, no, ye color nahi pehenga, this is the one he is going to choose, this is the school. We only have a little discussion, and mostly he's okay with everything, not because he's just giving up or something. It's just that his trust and belief has given me so much of um, comfort, that,
Yeah.
I mean, I think this is our understanding, because
That's wonderful.
he's when I asked him to do hands-on thing, like once I remember when he was very little, I asked him to change his diaper. Oh my god, in like 5 minutes I come back and there was pooping. I was like, I'm done, I'm not. No, you don't have to do this, I will manage somehow. You don't have to touch this. He was like, oh my god, what do I do now? But prenatal classes did train us for all of this. But
Mm.
some people can do certain things, and I love doing all of it. So
Yeah.
it's about whether I want too much of involvement or not. But he's always my pillar.
That's such an important point, right? I mean, it's important to be a pillar for your spouse, for your partner, because that partnership in itself is so important to raise the kids, because you're the idols for your own children.
Yeah, very much. Very
So it's
much.
wonderful to know that you also follow sort of those same sort of rules of equality and equal parenting in that sense.
Yes, and also the role model thing that you mentioned. I don't know if I can jump into this another thing
Sure,
that I
sure.
was thinking.
Please do.
Um, a lot of places, a lot of times I see that I have told my kid to do this. So when you are trying to teach your child something, you need to practice it. And every day, every single day, agar nahi hua to bhi, it has to have some consistency. You can't read a moral science book, read a story, and expect them to behave in a certain way. Are
Yeah.
you showing it by action? Are you doing it repeatedly? Because kids are impressionable. If you want to make a beautiful human being out of your child, then show them how it is done. You could go wrong, but that's okay. They will see, and then apologize. That's another important thing.
Very good.
Apologize to your child also if you're wrong, because they would they should not be in a stuck-up world where they're like, oh my god, no, no, इन्होंने बोला है तो ऐसा ही होना चाहिए. It shouldn't be like that. Otherwise, once they get into their teens, how will they come and approach you?
True. That's such an important point, Kasturi. That is so valid. And I don't think a lot of people even discuss this. You need to apologize to your kids.
And have a free mind, or also the learning and failing, because once you show that your child that it's all right to fail. I do silly things with them. Not
Yeah.
that I don't like it, I love doing being silly, goofy, and all of that. But if I'm not being able to do a handstand and I'm falling, I'm only what I think. This is only my thinking. Uh, I'm only showing that it's okay to fail. Try again. Try something else. It's okay. Try
Yeah.
new things. I mean,
Yeah.
get out of the innovation area. So I know my kids are not into that things anyway. That's
Yeah. Very important point as well. And it's got me thinking about this post COVID scenario for parents. I'm sure it has been a massive change for you, being in pre COVID scenario where your kids were much younger. Now they're a little bit older, but still, how has it changed for you as a parent? I mean, what are the things that you're being super conscious about?
um, firstly, I have to start with the during COVID period, because I think I don't know if I'm supposed to say it loud, but we had a good time because Shafik was home for a change. We could see him, and then I also had so much time. I stopped shooting soon after, like by the year end. Um, End of the year, December, I stopped shooting.
Yeah.
So I also started staying home more because they were getting a little lonely at home. Then obviously I have two helps, you amazing girls, but obviously they need the mother. So that we can goof around a little more. So I decided to stay back home. Um, so we did a lot of things, even cooking. I know cooking everybody was doing, but then the boys were doing it. So and also
Interesting.
that I think a little tiny bit, I think we should also talk about this, that being in India, it's not only India, even a lot of other countries that I've seen that um, you don't teach it kids enough actually, like especially if it's a boy child and you're thinking it's okay. I think मैंने तो सिखा दिया भैया डस्टिंग भी कर लो और चाय भी बना लो. I'm doing my best. Yeah, sorry. Coming back to the post-COVID
COVID.
thing. Yeah, so now when they started going to school, it's my turn to feel a little lonely and I'm missing out. But that's okay. I mean, I was a little scared and skeptical at the beginning. I kept writing to school, oh my God, do not start, don't start, don't start. I was in two minds and it was like tearing me apart that I wanted them to go back to school so I can go back to work. But at the same time, the safety, their health, it matters so much. And because still the, they don't have any vaccination for kids, younger kids, younger than 12 years. So nothing has changed. I mean, the boys love going to school because they get to meet friends, play with friends, which was restricted. So,
Yeah.
yeah, life has become back to normal, I think.
Yeah. But also slightly different, right? I mean, pre-COVID and then COVID and then post-COVID, there's been a little bit of a change.
It's just that they've become too lazy to write apart from that because they think everything would be online. It's okay. Think it's getting there. I mean, I can
Yeah.
only say from my area. I mean, my boys have been like extremely happy. So yeah, it's been okay.
It's interesting. I was thinking about this. So obviously, a mother parenting her two boys and a father, in the way probably that he may approach the situation, could be a little different. So how is it in your household? I mean, is there something that you're teaching your sons that is different from what your husband might be teaching them,
Um, Teaching as
or
in
you guys
life
are on the same
or
same wavelength,
life lessons or subjects.
or any same wavelength? I mean, both you and your husband are on the same wavelength when it
Always
comes to
okay.
your
Now
kids.
this is a very interesting. I wanted to speak about this. Like a lot of times I've heard mothers or I don't want to be
Like there
killed
is
by
a
the mothers,
gender
but then I want to say
part
this.
also.
I have heard this that Papa ko ghar aane do. Let dad come back. Why? Why should dad be the villain?
Yeah.
You've done something wrong. And I mean, another thing in our household is no good cop, bad cop stuff from there. We
Interesting.
because what happens is the child immediately starts thinking, okay, dad is the better
Yeah.
one. He loves me more. Oh, mom is better. She loves me more. So no, we can't do that. Turn bhi nahi le sakte. I mean, if you've gone wrong, bhai, it's out there. You're wrong. Accept it,
Yeah.
own it, apologize, correct yourself. Same for us. We are doing something wrong. We do the same 4 steps. Accept, apologize, correct. Do that. We do that. I mean,
Yeah.
and you can't ask for favors. And I think they've already learned that wrong. I'm wrong. I've already come. I'll give you an example. It's nothing to be proud of, but I have to cast an example here. I'll tell you. Um, Before the lockdown, one time, Yug has been quite all right. He does his studies. He's been a good boy. Jian is more naughty, but anyway, so one time I went to for the school for, and then the principal called me. I was like, okay, he gets quite good medals and stuff, and I think, okay, one of those high things. I'm like, yeah, tell me types. And then I hear she's telling me, Dr. Madhu, I said, do you know what happened in the school a couple of months ago? I said, no. What about what? She's like, one day there was a fire alarm and everybody started running. I had to run up and we were trying to evacuate and all. And then I have Yuk coming up to me and saying, no, hold on. Everybody is going down and he's coming up. He's coming up and he's coming to my room. When she was going out in the corridor, she met me. That I'm sorry, it's me. I did it. Please tell everyone to calm down. Um, It's just that I was getting too tempted, and because it's written, press here. So in case of fire, press here. In case of fire was erased, press here was there, and he was every day getting tempted. But then, you know what teacher told me? I was like the call. I was like, oh my god, मैं सीता बन जाऊँ, दुनिया फट जाए, मैं अंदर चली जाऊँ. What should I do? But Dr. Madhu said something so nice. She was like, what I appreciate is for this child to come and tell me that he's done it. And not only own up to his mistake, also apologize and also tell everybody that, okay, calm down. It's just not, it's don't need to go for the drill.
Yeah.
So, like I said, it's not that it's not a proud moment, but at least I think, he may have learned that he'll never do that again. And also I'm sort of glad that he went to teacher and confessed.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think this is my takeaway from here.
You can take pride in that parenting now. Because this is a true mark of a parent. So
I'm losing you beach mein. I can't hear you.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
In fact, Kasturi, while you were giving us all of these, you were sharing this story, there were a bunch of people who sent a couple of questions. If you don't mind, I want to float a few of them for you today before we go on to the last section. All right, I have a few questions here. Hang on, I will just, okay. All right. Now, question from Bhavna Anantkat is, why is it important for fathers to be involved in the parenting process? I think you spoke about this just quite recently, but Bhavna is asking, why is it important for fathers to be involved in the parenting process?
Bhavna, it's your choice. It's not important. I mean, of course, a father figure is very important for a child to look up to. But how much involvement is required is only up to you and your partner. There are a lot of single moms who are doing it single-handedly, and my cousin, for that matter, she stays in UK. She's been raising a child all by herself, and what a beautiful boy she's got. What a sensitive, smart child. Yes, only few things, that when kids go back to school and kind of peer pressure to nahi. Yeah, but when they see that a father is coming to drop the child or teaching them bicycle or teaching them how to do a transformer thing, I'll be honest with you, Shravi never had time. I had to do. That doesn't mean he was not, he couldn't be there for work. But yes, when the boys miss, when he makes time, he makes up to it. We'll have a whole day of fun thing lined up. So, father figure is sort of important. Yes, of course it is. We cannot deny the role of a father in a child's life. But it's not mandatory. I might be killed after this, but then it's not mandatory, I think.
That's a very good point, actually. There's another person who was asked, how has becoming a parent changed you? It's a good question.
I love that question. There was a time in college, I used to love wheelies and all. I would love that when the front wheel goes up in the air, or I'll just do I'll just, put the brake and you get the screeching noise. Today, I remember the time when there was a challenge and we had to walk on the 3rd floor. I hope no kids are signed in. I don't want people to hear this. Then it was like we were also a teen staff. So on the 3rd floor ledge of something, we were walking. All the we were just showing off stuff. So we did all of that, and now my house is surrounded with nets so that the boys don't even go closer to the windows. And then if there is a screeching noise outside and the boys are inside, I still get, what happened? Then I'm like, oh my God, what's wrong with me? I used to be the cool woman, and what's wrong with me? I think this is what happens in parenthood. Otherwise, I think it's awesome. I've got permanent friends now, and we share everything. And I can also be a baby with them. Even being so young, they can come and tell me because they're like, oh, Mama, what you doing? I remember my sister's wedding. I was dancing so crazily, and my son is like, Mama, please don't. Everybody's looking. I know I was embarrassing him. Then I stopped, but then it's okay. But I think I love doing that to him.
So it has changed you a little bit, but it's still been fun.
Only the safety bit, yeah. We are still, yeah. I'm reliving with them again. I'm doing
Yeah.
all of that. Only bus health and safety ko dhyan rakhte hue we're doing everything.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, Kasturi, recently Ranbir Kapoor endorsed Baby Chakra's equal parenting idea, and he was really,
I saw the hamper.
yeah, he endorsed equal parenting for us, and clearly this is a very important subject, especially even for the younger parents. You know, people who've just started to become parents. And I remember you talking about it earlier in our conversation today, but just somebody has also asked again, what are your thoughts on equal parenting? Any final words on equal parenting and why it's so important? Everybody's talking about it now.
Yeah, it's very important because equal parenting, like before you become parents, you have your roles decided, and that is why I am again emphasizing on this prenatal classes where you have your eye opener sessions, because
Mm.
they will give you what exactly are you going to face. Everybody says, oh, it's so rewarding. Of course it's rewarding, and of course it's challenging, but challenge ko define kaun karega? They have to tell you. There was a session where we had to sit with a crying child's record. Now that's a
Yeah.
little extreme, because there they believe in weaning children off. Like,
Mm.
you keep them in the cot and let them learn how to soothe themselves. But we are Indian parents, we can't do that.
Yeah.
But that getting up in the night every single time, we don't keep our child in a cot also. We keep them with us. But
Yeah.
that waking up in the night every time, of course, the mother will do automatically. But if the father is at least there to, that, okay, do you need the cushion underneath? Do you need water? Are you okay? Do you need a back rub? It's fantastic. Okay,
Yeah.
this is so movie like, but I have seen people doing that too. I've seen that because he's taking care of one of my friends, she was taking care of the child. So the father is to come back from office, cook, clean, and go work, and also hug the baby and do everything.
Mm.
So that depends on your, of course, equal parenting is very, very important.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I think that's a very good point. In fact, we have a final question. We can take this as a final question before the final words from you. But do you have any advice for young parents? I mean, you mentioned about prenatal classes, but anything in specifically that they
I
should
would
also
say
focus on?
trust in yourself, have believe in yourself, because when you give birth to a child, you have surplus of hormones. You have so much of endorphin and everything in your body, in your head. If no, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do. You need my help. You need my help. I'm sure appreciate that, but you can do it. I mean, in any situation, our body is such that we can handle. I am so amazed with my own self that I had some issues, and but how it is so fantastic. I think I become I don't want to say it
You
loud,
can
but then
call
I really
yourself a
feel,
superwoman.
yeah, I feel like a super mama, because I actually can do this, and I can do this, and also can do this, and I can manage this, and I can also fix things. I'm learning with my son. Oh my god, that uh, what he plays at that I can't. PS5 something he plays. Oh, wow, that is something that's
Game
beyond me.
console.
That is
Yeah.
something I can't do. But rest of the things I am learning so many things. He's learning friends. Keeps coming to me to do. Um, yeah, that's it. I think we were just going all the time.
That is fantastic, Asuri. I think, that's pretty much all the time we have for our discussion. But I honestly feel like we should have had more time to have this discussion. It shouldn't end. You have such good ideas, and I'm sure that everybody who's joined us today
I
who has
don't know,
both.
Deepshikha. I'm just learning, and the process is learning in the job. I am also a young mother. Only I can't say I am young. What I'm trying to say is I'm only 11 years old as a mother. So
Yep.
I'm also learning every day, failing every day, learning again. So I think that's how the process is. It's not never going to be a perfect way to teach a child. And if kids came with instructions, they would all have separate instructions, seriously, because they are so different from each other. Every time you cannot put them into one mold. So nobody can give you any advice. You can gather all the information that you need and only select the ones that actually are applicable for you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Golden words spoken by Kasturi. You're right here. Thank you so much for taking out your Friday morning, spending it with us, and also interacting with all of our community members. We at Baby Chakra super super happy and excited that you were able to join us, and hopefully we'll see you again very very soon.
It was lovely speaking. You take care, man. And tada to
Thank you.
everyone who's watching it, and also your team.
Yes, yes, absolutely, absolutely. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining in. For those of you who joined us on social media, please do not forget to download the Baby Chakra app, and we will hopefully see you next week. Till then, happy Global Parents Day and have a wonderful weekend.
Happy
All right.
Parents Day.
Thank you. Bye.